Hi, welcome to Ask Ellen, real questions, real talk, real change. My name is Ellen and I'm a personal coach and I like to help women get through the bumps and the hiccups in their lives so they can move on and have a happier life. Today I want to talk about the 5 things that strong women stop doing. I've been thinking about this topic a lot lately. What actually makes a woman feel strong? Is it about being loud? Is it about being confident? Never needing help? I'm not really sure, but I think it's something that we can dive into. I think strength shows up in quieter ways that maybe you're not understanding that are happening with you to show you that you are being a strong woman. This isn't about muscles and stuff like that. Although I hope all the women out there are doing the strength training because that's really important. Little tidbit in there. So today I want to share 5 things that I think and things that I've noticed that strong women just stop doing. Let's get into it. The first thing that strong women stop doing is they stop asking everyone for permission. Strong women eventually realize that they don't need everyone's approval. When we're young, we're always asking for approval. Is this okay? Can I do this? After all, we have adults in our lives, people that help us along our journey. So we are often asking, is it okay? Should I do this? Should I make this career choice? Should I date this guy? We check in with our peers and we ask them for their opinion. And we want to find out if what you choose is okay. But eventually we get to the point where we just say, you know what? I know what's best for me. I know what I need, and I don't need to ask for permission anymore. I don't have to take someone's advice, although a smart woman will also listen to people's advice. We listen because we know we have a good system of people around us that care about us. So maybe we're not seeing something as they might be seeing it. We might be so focused that we miss something. So we will listen to advice, but if it's not registering or clicking in, we take the advice and then we make our choices. We're not asking for permission. We'll consider those other opinions. Maybe they have a good idea. And if someone does have a good idea, we'll know when to take it because we have that recognition of what's right for us. But strong women, they just stop waiting for someone to tell them that it's okay to do the thing that they've decided to do. If they want to change their job, if they want to start something new, if they want to speak up for themselves to a boss or a colleague, and even just making a decision, we don't ask for permission. We know what we need, we know what we want, and we move forward. The confidence that we gain, the confidence that builds a strong woman into a strong woman, often begins the moment that we stop asking everyone else for permission. The second thing that strong women stop doing is they stop trying to please everyone. Now, I know this one is a hard one. This has always been hard for me. But over time, I'm developing better habits for myself so that this isn't as hard for me. If you're like me, and even just a little bit like me, you are often trying to make other people happy. You focus on your children. You focus on your spouse. You focus on your family. And your focus then starts going all around to other people. And the focus stops going to you. That's not what strong women want. We need to put the focus back on us. I'm not saying that we then neglect everybody in our lives. I'm not saying that we don't give a crap about our spouse anymore and we can just throw our kids out of the house. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that we're not defining our lives by whether or not the people in our lives are pleased by us. Think about that for a moment. How much effort are you putting into trying to please other people? And somewhere in the mix, you've forgotten to please yourself. You forgot to put the focus on you. Strong women know that if we are happy, we can make other people happy too. We can support other people better because we have a strong feeling of ourselves. We have pleased ourselves first, and then we can help please other people. Strong women know that being kind doesn't mean saying yes to everything. Doesn't mean saying yes to all the other people without saying yes to ourselves. The third thing that strong women stop doing is they stop comparing their journey to somebody else. This is really tough, especially with social media being so prominent in everybody's life. We see how this person is doing their thing and that person's doing their thing, and we think somehow we're less than because that person has it all. But what you don't know is what's going on behind the camera. What's happening when the lights aren't on and the camera's not filming? We don't know. So because we don't know, it's silly to compare yourself to what you think is happening. Strong women know this. They know that, hey, everything that I'm seeing isn't necessarily what's going on. They look at themselves and they look at their journey and they wonder, am I doing enough for me? Am I hitting the goals that I want to hit? Am I being true to myself? Am I moving forward in the way that makes me happy? Am I checking off the boxes as I go so that I get to the place where I want to be? Strong women know that it's their journey that's important, not comparing to this person or that person, because in reality, we know they have their own journey. If we're all supposed to be doing the same exact thing at the same exact time, that will make life so boring. You don't need to compare yourself to what other people are doing. Compare yourself to your needs. Compare yourself to your wants, your goals. Are you holding yourself back, or are you taking those steps forward? Strong women take those steps forward, even if it doesn't seem possible, even if they see other people doing better, because they know that person is doing their journey. When you compare yourself to other people's journey, you prevent yourself from holding on to the things that create joy in your life, those little successes that you're doing that's helping you move forward. Those are the things that are important. And strong women know that they're not comparing themselves to other people's journey because their journey is that important. Their journey is their focus. Their journey creates all the joy that they can have in their lives. The fourth thing that strong women stop doing is they stop apologizing for everything. I'm not talking about, if you actually hurt someone and you say you're sorry. That obviously is important. But what I'm talking about is that apology for existing, the apology for needing something, the apology for asking for something, the apology for, taking up time in someone's life. Strong women know that they're going to have needs. And the only way you can get those needs met is to ask. Ask for help. Ask for assistance. Ask for a little bit of time. This isn't the type of being rude and pushing people aside because you want to get that job. It's about how you feel when you want that job, when you feel like you deserve that job. You shouldn't have to apologize that you're competing against somebody for something that you want. You shouldn't feel sorry for putting yourself first when it comes to something in your life. Strong women know that we have needs and wants too. We know that what we want is important to us. What we need to have us move forward is important to us. Strong women begin to realize that they're allowed to have needs. They're allowed to ask questions. They're allowed to take up space, where sometimes we feel like earlier in our lives, we feel like we're supposed to take the back seat, allow other people to exist in front of us, allow other people to take that job because, they're talented as well. Strong women know that we've got this too. We deserve to have this. We deserve to have that. And it's the strong woman that says, no, I'm not going to apologize for wanting what I want. I appreciate that you want those things too, but let's do this together. Or if you're going for the same job or open position in your company, you realize you're saying, let the best one win. I'm okay if I don't get the job because you are more qualified, but I'm still going for it because I deserve to try. I deserve to put my hat in the ring and see what happens. The fifth thing that strong women just stop doing is they stop believing that they have to do everything alone. I was guilty of this as well. I always thought that if I just did it, I got this, I'll handle it. Anything, any task that was given to me, any challenge that came up. When I was a single mom, I can handle it. I can take care of my son, take care of the house, pay the bills, have a salon, do this, do that. And when you get to the point that it's just too much, you start to realize that asking for help really isn't a weakness. When you can't handle things and you ask for help, you get the help you need. Friends are around you at all times, and usually when they see that you're struggling, they'll ask you if they can help you. We normally think, no, I don't need your help, thanks. And they think that that's being strong. But the strong woman then turns to that friend that they've built, that friend that they have in their life, that they chose to have in their life. And they say to that friend, thank you, yes, I need your help. The weight of the pressure of having to do everything yourself relaxes. We've now got assistance. If you look at a company, any company that's out there, You don't just have one person doing everything. It would be too much for that one person to handle the phones, to handle the bills, to handle the sales, to handle the actual job itself. It would be too much for that one person. That's why that person will hire somebody to answer the phones, to make the calls, to do the accounts receivables, to do the accounts payables. You don't look at that owner and think, oh, you're weak because you have all these employees. Instead, you look at that employee and employer and you think, that's cool. You've just built this big thing. What happens when you ask for help and somebody helps take a burden off of your shoulders? One, it takes that burden off, right? But the pressure of it, the energy pressure comes off as well. So you feel lighter, you feel a little bit more confident, and it also gives you the time to tackle other things that maybe you've been holding off or preventing from doing because you just didn't have the time because you were trying to do all these other things. Asking for help is strong. Asking for help and getting it from the people that want to help you isn't weakness. It's the strength to know when to rely on other people to assist you in your world, in your existence, in anything that's going on with you. Strong women don't prove themselves by trying to carry everything. They prove themselves by knowing when to put something down and hand it over to somebody else. When you look at these 5 things, you realize something. It's not about changing the person. It's not about becoming someone different. It's about letting go of the habits that were weighing you down. If you're working on any of these, be patient with yourself. It takes time. Strength isn't something that you wake up one morning and you have. But with the little things that you start noticing, you realize that you can change little habits one at a time so that you don't have that weight on you anymore. When you release that weight, you start building a confidence. And when you start building that confidence, you realize that that strong woman inside you is the strong woman that you are. Every woman out there can be a strong woman. You're still loving, you're still caring, you're still there for other people. But you know that you're important too. You know that your values are important. You realize that your choices are important. You realize that your life is important. If this resonated with you at all, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and maybe you can share it with somebody, maybe another strong woman in your life, to show them that you know that they're strong too. Is there something that you want me to talk about in another video? Please let me know. Put it in the comments below. My name's Ellen. This is Ask Ellen. Real questions, real talk, real change. I'll see you in the next one.